So Ucommerce Next Gen was built to fit into this world. We spent 2 years rebuilding our entire platform for this world. We call it Composable Commerce for the .NET developers. But the idea is that Ucommerce fits well within this world. As you can see here, I did put us in as the center of the universe, but the idea is that we're part of the overall picture. So we connect to your content management system. We connect to identity providers to deal with single sign-on. We connect to digital asset management. So we still deliver a lot of the value that we did in the old day, but we do in a new way that means that you ultimately have more flexibility. One example of that is the way we work with a content management system. So Ucommerce was known for living inside of the CMS and being sort of very tightly baked into that. With this new model, we live outside the CMS next to it, but communicate with it. So what that means for us is that you can still leverage the CMS like Umbraco or Sitecore or Sitefinity like before, but because they're loosely coupled, upgrading and maintaining and all that is much easier than it used to be. What it also means is that CMS is optional. You don't have to have one. In many cases, you will have one, but you don't have to. It also means that we can work with any CMS, really. It doesn't have to be one of the three that we've worked with for years. It can be your Contentful or whatever else that you have. We can still leverage it like that. What we're doing with NextGen is to position our platform in a way such that we target low enterprise to sort of upper mid-market. The general idea is that we have seen most success with the customers we work with in that particular space. So as we continue to build out the platform, you will see more and more capabilities that are targeted for that particular customer type. One thing is how we exist in a modern architecture today. Another thing is the capabilities that we bring to the table. And I wanted to just take a few moments to discuss some of what I believe are the key capabilities of Ucommerce. And top among those is the complex requirements that we designed the platform to tackle. So out of the box, we do a lot of very helpful things for those particular scenarios, like multi-channel management. So if you're working with business to business, for example, and you need to sell in multiple markets, or dedicate sales channels to individual business to business customers, you can do that. D2C as well, or international sales in B2C context. Same thing for pricing schemes. As you will see in a little bit as we go through the product update, you will see how we're able to tackle more and more complex capabilities in there. And of course, as always, if Ucommerce doesn't quite fit the bill, you can extend. We'll also touch on that in the product update in a moment. We're composable, so we work with any tech stack, we work with any system, so we can sort of be part of your IT landscape without imposing undue restrictions. And of course, when it comes to building out your sales channels, websites, and all that good stuff, because it's a headless platform, you can leverage any front-end technology. You can have products in an iPhone app, in a JavaScript-based app, wherever it makes sense, in kiosks, things like that. Search is super key and has always been so in e-commerce. And of course, we ship out of the box scalable enterprise search as well, so customers can get to those products really quickly, either by searching out what they need or by faceted navigation within the system. Indeed, whenever a customer is looking at a product in Ucommerce, it is delivered by the search engine at all times. The reason we do that is for performance. You all know how important performance is for e-commerce. Fast page views equals more conversions. And so we just wanted to make sure that every bit of information is delivered like this, so you can sort of expect high performance at all turns on the road. Another key thing that we did with the NextGen platform was we updated every piece of technology that Ucommerce is based on. So with NextGen, you basically have the newest Microsoft technology across the board. What it means in practical terms for an e-com manager, for example, is that the experience of dealing with e-commerce within Ucommerce is super fast. You get more stuff done because everything is much faster. What it means for a developer is that .NET developers are using familiar tools to build out these e-commerce experiences. They're using all the known techniques from Microsoft to get stuff done, basically. So it's just much more productive for a developer, which means less time spent getting to the goal. The last bit is we didn't want to impose any sort of hosting restrictions on on how you want to operate your IT infrastructure. So Ucommerce Next Gen is built to work within any cloud that you desire, right? So we don't really dictate which cloud to use. You can use Microsoft Azure, as many of you do. You can use Google, you can use whichever cloud provider you want. Ucommerce will just work. There's a bunch more, but this is the general idea. Composable, complex requirements, particularly those you find in B2B, headless, scalable search, those are the names of the game at the high level.